You top value. Buy here or sell here at the Team Automotive Group.
That would be concerning and maybe set a precedent moving forward.
If you have plans to be outside, you might hit a couple of these little passing showers.
A drug bust and a few arrests made. Look at what they hauled in here.
Good morning, happy Wednesday at 9 News Now, and welcome to WAFB's 70th anniversary.
So we've been doing 9 News now for a little bit, more than a couple years?
Yeah.
Brand new time for those just kind of getting into the game at 7 o'clock. Used to run it at 9:15, but now at 7 o'clock. So just a couple years of 9 News Now, but as Liz mentioned, 70 years of WAFB, that tiger in the sky. I tell you, it's been a lot of fun to be a part of the last number of years. We'll see what the next number of years have for us, but I tell you what, it's a gorgeous start to this particular Wednesday. Look at the traffic's out on the river.
I tell you what, Steve had a stunning sunrise too. Johnny A, speaking of traffic, is going to have your road traffic in just a few minutes. But Steve, you couldn't have painted a better picture for us to celebrate this big milestone in our history.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Liz, especially after kind of a gloomy day yesterday. Good to have some sunshine back. There you see it. Still a few clouds overhead, but not much. Gorgeous shot. As Matt was going to mention, a little bit of barge traffic on the river at this hour as well. Temperature-wise, many of us mid to upper 50s. Baton Rouge, Gonzales, 57, but even some low 60s on the board. Patterson, 61. Home at 63. It's going to warm up quickly here through the morning with that sunshine. Mid to upper 70s by noon. Yesterday's high was 74, so by noon already above that. 84 for high today, about 10 degrees warmer today than we were yesterday, and we will keep it dry. That changes, though, by Friday, giving you a first alert to showers and storms rolling on in. So let's give you a look at the timeline now, picking it up Thursday evening here on the European model. Tomorrow, we keep it dry, so showers and storms still to our west Thursday evening, but overnight into Friday morning, we start to see scattered showers and a few storms moving in. Those rains kind of overspreading the area from the morning on into the afternoon. This is 2 o'clock Friday on into Friday evening now as we pause. We may see a little more rain earlier in the day, a little less coverage late, but still that chance will continue because we're going to have a cold front moving in from the west, but that front should move through overnight Friday into Saturday morning. Note that by the time the sun comes up Saturday, here we are at 7 a.m., looks like the rain is out of here. So that is some good news for the weekend. But before then, we've got to get through these storms. And on Friday, a level 2 out of 5, slight risk of severe weather from southeast Texas into western Louisiana. Right now, locally, everybody under a 1 out of 5 marginal risk. So a few strong storms not out of the question come Friday and Friday night. We'll keep an eye on that. Locally, heavy rain could be in the mix as well. 2 out of 4 slight risk of flooding. Pretty much posted area-wide Friday. Now, the Weather Prediction Center shows rain totals averaging 1 to 2 inches for most of us, which would be manageable, but there could be pockets where those totals go higher, and we could see some localized flooding. So that's why they've got that 2 out of 4 posted. But today and tomorrow are going to be dry and warmer. 84 for a high today, 87 tomorrow. We'll have the storms on Friday, outdoor plans on Friday. You definitely need to keep an eye on things, but it gets much better for the weekend. The rains exit early Saturday. Turns a little bit cooler again, mid to upper 70s, but a good deal of sunshine through the weekend. And then on into next week. Starts out pretty nice. We'll start to see some rain chances returning as soon as next Tuesday, and just a slow moderation in our temperatures. It's 7:06 now with an update on your Wednesday morning commute. Here's John.
The wreck in the northern part of the city up here near Plank Road at 72nd, that's clear. They've still got this one on the board, though. That's going to be on Harold's Ferry Road approaching O'Neill Lane. Then up to Baton Rouge, slow from Jubin to Pete's Highway. Then again, slow again from the Amite River Bridge to right past O'Neill toward Millerville this morning. Good news down in the Gonzales area. Highway 30 and Highway 73 have cleaned up, but Highway 73 through Dutchtown in front of the schools, bumper-to-bumper traffic between the interstate and Highway 74, that intersection there. Meanwhile, bridge traffic is looking good right here. I-10 at Acadian, I-10 near the downtown area. The 10-110's fine. All flights out of Baton Rouge are scheduled to depart on time. Our 6 and 7 o'clock flights are already in the air, so that's good news. And there's your I-10 bridge traffic. And here's our 34-minute drive from Jubin to the 1012. 707, 56 degrees in the capital city. And for a look at our morning headlines, we'll go back to Matt and Liz.
Johnny, thank you.
So those headlines here, actually, they're headlines that involve you, if you could, sharing what you may know about a few things going on.
Yeah.
Crime Stoppers alerts where investigators could use your help trying to figure out, for example, who this is.
So you're looking at 2 pictures, but it's actually one person.
Right.
Let's give you a closer look here. Crime Stoppers and Baton Rouge Police trying to get your help, trying to identify this person. They believe this person is actually the robbery suspect in 2 separate incidents. One is from earlier this month, and his second was actually last week, I believe.
April 2nd, exactly.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago. But it happened at the same place, a convenience store along Millerville Road.
So, and for those familiar with the area, it's Millerville Road, right near Marwood Avenue, if that kind of gives you an idea of what we're talking about. But you're looking right there as about as big a picture as you could get right in your living room. But I tell you what, when you go to this story on the website, you'll see a gigantic picture as well. He's wearing obviously something pretty specific here. Does he look familiar? They're hopeful that he does to somebody, and you can make that phone call.
344 stop, that important number to know. And while we've got you talking about Crime Stoppers, there's also another incident that East Baton Rouge Sheriff's deputies really need your help with. We've learned that 2 people were killed in a shooting off of DeNova Street.
This is, you know, look, no matter what time the shooting happens, obviously, and if it's deadly, it claims a life in it. But there's something for folks when a broad daylight shooting happens. For some, it just feels more brazen.
Yeah.
Like something that happens in the nighttime can't happen in the daytime. Reality is it can happen anytime, and it's happened again. So again, this is right just north of Greenwell Street. 2 people killed, 29-year-old Stephen Brown, 21-year-old Ray Griffin. That is the known. Liz, what is unknown? Who pulled the trigger? If they have any potential motives here or a suspect. So they need some help.
Listen, we're talking about a residential area. You're seeing the homes and cars. People were there at the time this happened. So if you heard something, maybe you're thinking, well, I think this may have been a gunshot. Call police. You just never know what detail can help investigators piece together this investigation. And we'll keep you posted as we learn more about this crime here.
Speaking of the conversations, we continue to have a lot of them about ways to curb this crime, way to curb specifically gun violence as well. One of our black men going to have an important conversation today.
They're hosting a town hall meeting, 5:30 p.m. at Star Hill Baptist Church. That's off of North Foster. The goal here is to talk about how they can curb violent crime. And part of that is by talking about gun safety and talking about gun violence, how it's impacting people. They're actually going to talk about some of their city canvas efforts and talk about how that's been effective in the community, but they want to hear from you. They want to know what you think is actually effective and what's not, because you live in these communities. You deal with this every day.
So one of the great things about having a conversation like this is, you mentioned it, they're going to bring that city canvas result, right? And so maybe you in your neighborhood didn't know about this particular thing going on over there. Now you have a chance to do that, hear what's going on in different places. And oh, by the way, if you don't think your neighborhood message has gotten out, this is that great opportunity. It has to be a collective. At some point, it has to be a collective, and we all have to say, this is ridiculous. It's already ridiculous. But where do we go from here? Maybe it starts with a conversation like this.
5:30, Star Hill Baptist Church.
That's the one. Okay, so that's going on today. This going on as well. Ascension Parish School District putting on a job fair. They have some seats or so they'd like to fill for the next school year.
If you just moved to the Ascension Parish area and you're looking for a job, this is going to be a good place to start, especially if you have children in schools. How about you make it easy, right? It's just convenient. So between 4:30 and 7 tonight, it's going to be at the Bluff Middle School Cafetorium. That's off of Bluff Road there in Prairieville. So if you're thinking, I could be a teacher, I could be just a school staff, an administrative support staff member, they're looking to fill a bunch of different roles. So come on out tonight. You do need to register?
You do. It's right here. Interested applicants will need to schedule an interview ahead of time. Just read that verbatim because
in one breath.
All right. Click right there for the details. I will say this: how long did it take for you to get used to the word cafetorium?
A while.
I know.
Because in my mind, I don't think it's auditorium and cafe, but when you mix it together, it makes sense.
It is what it is. And schools got smart. A lot of the smaller schools got smart. We don't need a gigantic auditorium and a gigantic cafeteria. We could do both things. Cafetorium.
Dual purpose.
Every time I see it, though,
I want a stage in my kitchen.
There you go. There you go. See, done.
It works.
Check out the story. It's right there waiting for you. Boy, this was fun this morning. Cleanest house in all of Baton Rouge. Got a tour of it.
I tell you, Meridian Homes putting on a show for us this morning. Callie Hubbard inside this stunning home. I feel like in the Longfellow neighborhood. Callie was showing us all of the different things you're going to see on the spring edition of the Parade of Homes.
Yeah, now look, this comes around all the time, right? Roughly in the spring. Hence the name. They don't want to change the name, so they keep doing it in spring. So some of the new stuff that's out there, what is available, talking price. prices, what you need to know if you're trying to dive into this market. It was a great conversation with Kelly. It wasn't just about the parade. It really it had some other some numbers that you may need to know about if you're trying to jump into the housing market, that kind of thing. But to have the parade of homes right around the corner, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Get your tickets for this weekend and next weekend.
Speaking of tickets.
Oh, Gourmet in the Garden is happening tomorrow. So for those of you who don't know, it's literally gourmet food in the LSU Ag Center Botanic Garden.
Gorgeous.
It is an incredible venue. If you've never been out there, just to go see the rose bushes, they are so beautiful out there.
Oh, you gotta just take a walk, right? Just take a walk. So we had good folks from Botanical Garden. Actually, we had Will on from Tsunami.
Yes.
One of the good folks out there doing the good food, the good cocktails. So if you want to be a part of something like this, if you want to see what's going on, you should check this story out and then maybe buy the ticket and get out there tomorrow.
Ticket proceeds go to benefit the Louisiana Culinary Institute, which is home for a lot of great chefs in our part of the world. So keep funding a great cause.
Got to keep that good food going.
That's the goal.
Keeping the good stories going. And look, we talk about this being 70th anniversary for WAFB, right? It's not our anniversary, it's yours. These are your stories. We just happen to have a camera there, and we're privileged to cover it for you.
I tell you what, over 70 years, though, the honor of being able to tell your stories, the honor of being able to be a family, a community station. Matt mentioned it. We are not what we are without you. You decide to turn the dial to us, the channel to us every morning, and it is an honor to be able to say good morning. We're waking up together.
Steve, you've been a part of WAFB for 20 years now. Johnny, you've been here for almost that long as well, and certainly in the Baton Rouge area for even longer than that. I don't want to, put a date on you, but I tell you, it's been fun to watch all of this kind of happen.
Yeah, no doubt. Look, and thankful to have been here 20 years and standing on the shoulders of just some legends that came before us, right? When you think about Donna Britt, George Sells, Paul Gates, go on down the list.
Mike Graham.
Yeah, we've
couple
had,
alerts.
Yeah, Mike, a very big part of getting me hired here. So big day to celebrate here at Channel 9, no doubt.
We've got some great stories about all of these big personalities, some of the major stories over our 70-year history. We're excited to relive that with you tonight. 9 News at 6 p.m. We're going to go over 70 years of WAFB.
70 years. What'd you say, Johnny? Set the VCR?
Set the VCR and record it. Set your VCR.
I mean, Liz was talking about turning
Johnny.
the dial earlier, so.
Right. I'll help you program your VCR. Call me.
Oh, wow. Okay, call the number. We'll be here.
So I tell you what, we'll see you at 6 o'clock for all that, but we'll also see you in about 5 or 6 minutes right back on WAFB.